Okay. He's gonna eventually attack me. Okay, it does one shot. And the lum came through. It has begun. The new series is here. We're gonna call it a series, right? No idea what the name is gonna be yet. We'll just call it team building with subscriber teams and going to the top. Right? Cute, I know. So we're gonna be testing out the Obama Snow team now. We're gonna be starting from the bottom on an alt called Academy Teams. Right? We're gonna take Academy Teams to the top. But yeah, so I was debating whether or not I'd start from the bottom. So I ended up playing a few games. I didn't want to go too high up because then I feel like it kind of dilutes the process. If you guys just want to see from like 1700 plus, then you're gonna have to skip the first couple episodes. But hit the like button on your way out. Appreciate y'all. Love you. But yeah, in all seriousness, we're going to start from the 1200. So I laddered up to 12, so it's not completely from the base. But might I tell you, two reasons why the bottom of the ladder may not be as bad as you think. Right? Suspect tests are going on right now. So it's very likely we're going to be just running into players who are all over the ladder, but they may be at the bottom of the ladder because they're doing the suspect test. So we're going to likely run into from truly like 1900 below, but they're going to be in the bottom of the ladder with us. The second thing is that the way the metagame is set up now, even if they're at the bottom, the teams I was seeing were threatening. Like I had to really play. Like I couldn't just blah, 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 blah. And that's also a byproduct of the team being the team. It's not the most amazing team out there, and we'll make adjustments as we go. But yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. If you missed the team building video, that's where we came up with this, and we're gonna hop right into it. Again, hopefully you guys are excited. I am. This guy's name is Garg Eater. I think, is this Mav? Because it's literally I was naming the mons just now. I was like, I need to, but I think he already got Rex. He was like, name I asked who wants the names of the other mons, right? So he was like, I wanted the Mav Eater Garg or something like that, and this guy's name's Garg Eater. So I was like, okay. Perhaps, right? And if that's the case, he obviously knows my team, so I have to play at least slightly differently. So let's break it down, shall we? Look at this threatening ass team. You call this low ladder? What the fuck? What the fuck am I facing? Some deadly shit. Alright, so Obama Snow is not great as usual. Like we weren't expecting much more. But actually, from a defensive standpoint, not one shot by Hydreigon, assuming it doesn't have a fire move. It's not one shot by Shiempa either, though it's not doing shit back. Forces Garg to Terra, potentially. Checks Rotom. So it's not amazing, but it's not horrible, right? And offensively, it's decent. Unfortunately, we're facing Scizor and Volk. What is interesting is Nasty Plot King. Nasty Plot King can bloodbath my opponent up with the Terra Water. So that's some potential win condition there. I want to be mindful of what kind of Shiempao he is because, Band will still hurt. So if I can kill that before I set up, it's ideal, but, I may not be able to. Iron Threads is never usually a threat to anyone ever. It's usually just support. But the knockoff is going to come in handy here. Nothing on his team wants to lose that, in particular the Rotom, and that may end up mattering when my King Gambit sets up so that I can remove the item set when I SD and if he tries to Will-O-Wisp me out body. And Gambit is a win con as well, but we got to make do and see what it's going to do. This is just here for this, and I'll need Rotom to do everything under the sun, like everything under the sun here. And so because of that, we're going to try to get the Veil up and Slowking my opponent, or we're going to get a Veil up and King's Gambit him, depending on what his initial. So we're going to Rotom first. All right, the reason for this is I didn't expect Garganico, considering the Obama Snow, the potential Obama Snow lead. So I'm guessing he's going to Terrestrialize, but he does not. So I'm guessing he's just going to Salt Cure. Okay, that was a very interesting decision. That gave me a lot of information about my opponent, because he just was going to take the Hydro Pump from Rotom or the hit from my this guy in exchange for Stealth Rock, right? And so that would, if I Hydro Pump there, we'd have been in a far better position. But I'm never hydro pumping there. It's not the play. I like a lot of information on the remainder of his team, so it's going to be an interesting next couple turns as I'm looking to likely stare down Volcarona. I'm just wary of the fact that the Volt might be not what I'm expecting, which is Will-O-Wisp. So I'll do his plot first. Say Terra Waters. Is he EQ Rock? He can't be EQ. He is EQ. Okay. So he is Terra Water. That's why I didn't. Okay. That's not great for us. You see what I'm talking about? This ain't lower ladder stuff, bro. It's like this guy has an EQ Garg. Like he came prepared. Now this is a. I'm really glad he terra'd first and foremost. This is an issue. I'm not gonna terra this because I need Terra Water on my Slowking. I have to see how much this does. It's gonna EQ again. Okay, it does 54. That's good damage. Oh, he saw cured expecting me to pivot. That's ideal because I get to plot again. Oh, that's phenomenal. It could have been a roll. Not 43. I might have knocked him out, truth be told. Remake it rain. I'm actually very surprised. Oh, I should have shot a ball there. No. Nah. Oh wow, that crit mattered, but we'll take it. Crit mattered for sure. So here comes the problem. The problem child. This is an issue. We gotta gauge what kind of set he is. Ideal bandit. If he goes for Sacred Sword, that's bandit. Anybody expected a defense drop there? I know I did. Okay, so that gives a lot of data. Well, no, I was like, that did nothing, but yeah, no mons have been sacked, so that makes sense. Because he has Earthquake, this is obviously an issue, especially if he saw cures here. Probably he'll never cure. So his bandage power, which means I need to get bands up pronto. So what we're gonna do is we're going to have a sacrificial lamb. He EQs. That's fine. We're gonna play the long term here. So we're gonna knock first. Let's rocks first. He saw cures as I knock. I rocks next turn. Let's say he switches this out into what could stop me from not getting out these hazards. I'm just thinking of the sequence because I could spin. I could knock. First, from a long-term perspective, because I kind of wanted my Obama Snow in. I don't think Threads comes out of here, so I'll just knock first to ensure that sequence because he's gonna likely tech this turn and I can protect. I want to count, so he likely techs this turn or recovers. He could EQ, but that would be kind of sloppy. I was going to say that would be sloppy if I go for a rapid spin. So I'm gone. I'm gone out of this world. But, again, Slowking is going to be key. But because his Garg is water, it's interesting. He just goes for EQ. But now he can't. Now you see why I did this. Now he can't go for... so I'll recover once more. Then I'll go into my Rotom. I want to condition him, ideally. Yeah. So there comes the Volcarona. Now, it could be some Volk I'm not expecting, which is like Bug Buzz or Giga Drain, something along those lines. In which case, I'd just lose here. I wouldn't lose, but it'd be very difficult. I'm expecting Wisp, but you know, there's no reason that he... This is partly why I thought about running Calm Mind as well, on the off chance we run into something, particularly with this version. The other version can deal with Volk a lot better, but this particular one... So if he's like Giga Drain or something, I'm in trouble. So yeah, Bug Buzz. And that looks... He one-shot me. That has to be... So how do I want to go about this? I got one shot there. Which means Gambit's going to have to carry the team on his shoulder. That was very not good. Like, I mean, talk about like worst case scenario. 2 fallen. Sucker. He's offensive. I don't know if this one shots. Okay. He's gonna eventually attack me. Okay, it does one shot. And the lum came through. So I wish I knew that before before I lost my Slowking. That would have been the ideal, right? So this is a big fucking deal, man, because that now I have to. I think the only way I'm winning this, I can't spin, and my Goldengo is forever Terra locked. Kowtow won't knock him out. He gets the U-turn. I'm staring down Shienpao, which I can't afford. Damn. So I gotta go Rotometer, which blows, because the U-turn plus the crunch. CCs though. Okay. He's lefties in CCs. He might be slower than my my Gambit then. Alright then, so I got a Volt Switch here. Hydreigon, I get Hydreigon. Now this is a risk as fuck if the this Hydreigon has Fire Move. It's lower ladder, so it might have it. Oh my god. Usually Hydreigon isn't running Fire Move these days because it just doesn't have, it's like not that great of a coverage compared to other things that it could run. So that's why I say, guys, like, you can't, it's lower ladder. You can't count it. Not because it's lower ladder means the opponents aren't running. Because I'm pretty sure, that's based on how this game went. I'm pretty sure the opponent has at least some knowledge of the game. Now, it's not over yet by any means, right? It's not over yet by any means. It'll depend on what would I need to win? I'd hope Shadow Ball kills you. I need it to. Yes. I can't afford to make it rain and have Scizor come in. Shienpao's coming in every time, but it seems to be banded. What I can bank on, oh, it goes Hydreigon. Unless he specs, I don't think he can one-shot me, which is a big deal. It's a big fucking deal. Please survive. Oh my god. Okay, he might be throwing. God bless. Because he has to go there. He might have thrown. Depending on what his Scizor speed tier is, and because I'm going to lose another Mon here. Because he can't lock himself into Sacred. So yeah, say crunches. I have to take a bit more rocks damage on Gambit, which blows. So yeah, like, because I kowtow here on Sizz. Oh, and it dies, yeah. So depending on what is, because he has to lock himself into Icicle Crash, which isn't gonna kill my Rotom. So let me think. What's the worst case scenario? Him. I need to know if this would kill though. If Fallen Sucker guarantee kills, because if he Sacred Sword locks, he might win. What's the timer looking like? 30 seconds. Sucker Punch would be, I don't think that's ever killing, because I know Choice Banded, so it was just Sucker Punch. So Ice Shard locks, which guarantees the loss, I'm pretty sure. So that was never an option. I could have Iron Headed, sure, but I know you're banded, so I just go to Rotom, Tech, to Wisp. Actually, I don't even need the Wisp, because 2 VSs will do it. Ice Shard is not doing any kind of damage. So I actually ended up pulling it through. Did I crit him? Okay. It obviously didn't matter based on how much Ice Shard did. But my opponent threw in the end, which I'm not shocked by, but it's interesting because a lot of his early turn plays got him into the situation he was. And so all he needed to do was leverage the Shienpao. But we got to be mindful of, so something that I didn't account for, and it struck me the moment the matchup became, I think it was Volt versus Goldengo. I was like, you know, on higher ladder, Volk is almost always bulky Wisp. But the way I structured this team is assuming that we be facing the 1800, 1900 plus sets. You do have, outlier Volcarona sets with stuff like that, but it's a lot rarer than the Will-O-Wisp variant. And so with the way I designed this team, it doesn't have a good enough defensive backbone to weather a lower ladder sort of whatever the fuck may come your way storm, So I'm definitely seeing edits that I can make. Especially because Obama Snow, we kind of knew this, right? This is why I started with Obama Snow, because I knew it'd be in the lower ladder, and I knew it'd just be a fun thing. Obama Snow is kind of a mid-mon. Let's just put it that way. So it actually does really well here, especially because this is lower ladder, so they're going to lead Rotom 300% of the time. And then Plot King can go crazy. I'll keep Rotom in back for this guy, so I know what it's called. And Plot Golding, excuse me, is also very handsome. I could sweep him with that, and I'll just have to get Tinglu to a certain point. And then Terraflying, and I prefer some information on this Goldengo. So either Goldengo dies or the Roaring Moon dies. And I think I just called it Great Tusk. So what we're looking at here is there are a plethora of win cons. We're going to weaken Tinglu first. We're going to aim for King's Gambit. We're going to weaken Tinglu first, get these Aurora Veils up, and then if Gambit doesn't body him first, that'll open up a bit, because I might not Terra Gambit, truth be told. I don't think I need to pick up any KOs, especially because he's like a 30,000% lead Rotom Wash. In fact, I actually am going to lead my own Rotom Wash. Right? I know I could have led Wash and Veiled, but you have to think about the long term. Obama Snow and Volt switches out into, I get the thing up, we're steering down Goldengo. Yeah, sure, it'd be helpful with having the screens and stuff, but Tinglu is still at full, and all it'll do is have me go to Threads, take less damage, and knock off around, whereas I can burn this Rotom, which is going to matter later on versus King's Gambit. Well, in theory, I burned Rotom there. In theory. Well, I should have accounted for the miss. That matters a lot. I mean, that well, it matters, but I mean, there's another word I was going to use there. That took things back. There we go. Because I was trying to say, like, that mattered, but it took things back. Like, the whole sequence of the game was supposed to be different had we hit Will-O-Wisp there, is what I'm trying to say. Here comes Hatterene potentially. Okay, Tinglu, not a problemo. So he gives me the Goldengo Scarf, which is going to be great. These are the things I'm talking about. I now know it's Scarf Goldie, so it's faster than mine most likely, because it's going to be timid. Even if it's not, it should be at least plus speed. Plus maxed speed out. Max speed. So that's good to know, because Slowking can sweep, as we mentioned. Tinglu lost this item, which is going to be a great thing for Rotom later on. Excelente, as we're able to go to Rotom here and Hydro Pump. We've confirmed that ours is faster, so if he tries to go Hatterene or tried to go to Goldengo there, it puts us in a great position. Hydro did decent damage. I'm actually very impressed with that. Now he doesn't have anything with knockoff, so our what's his face is going to be keeping his item all game, unfortunately. As we're going to go this to cover for Nuzzle and Draining Kiss. It's interesting, though, that I've been running into a lot of situations. People mindlessly Tinglu. So I'm going to just keep the Goldengo, and I don't need Goldengo to be at full for any particular reason. We waken Tinglu for the eventual bloodbath that will be King's Gambit. Or maybe I should have just made it rain, because I knocked his leftovers off. We'll take how much? Because his Goldengo Scarf, I'm not likely to destroy him with it. We'll take about 40, 56, okay. See EQs. That did a lot. What the fuck? I actually expected that to do like 50 something %. That's useful to know. I did not know it did that much. Which means I probably kill him. Okay, it goes Roaring Moon, which is a blessing. Which means my Goldengo dies to rocks. Not as relevant. I'm really glad his Roaring Moon got hit. So the only two things that can take on my Gambit are now at the range that I'd like them to be. So all I need to do now is we'll go Threads U-turns out. Now we're Scarf Threads, so he's gonna likely lure Rotom in. We're gonna sack Threads to remove the item. In fact, it's U-turn, which means it's probably not. I don't know. Probably should be respecting the Rev Room. Respecting Rev Room. Words you'll never hear twice. So Tinglu comes in, excellent day. So he's opting for the okay. Okie doke. So we're gonna take a beating here, but we're gonna survive, which is what's most important. And so those rocks should matter versus so now let's see. If I snow, because I doubt Rotom will kill him. If I snow Veil, yeah, from a long-term perspective, that's better. Especially if he tries to go Goldie hard on me. Yeah, probably live this. This is actually pretty solid versus this team, funnily enough. This would be set of fodder, and what can you do after this? So you'd make it rain. Do I give this up? I could just sack my gold, then go and get the free switch into the King of Gambit. I don't need the damage. Yeah, let's do that. Why waste the Obama Snow? Could have had less defense, but I already wall it. So this is what we were setting up for, and I got a fallen one, so my attack is slightly higher, or my attacks are slightly stronger, I should say. And so now he's like, shit. Oh, you can't be serious, bro. Man had fucking, yeah, y'all are like, put Terra Fire Jam. He had fucking Terra Focus Blast, which would have killed. I don't know. It might not have killed me because I'm a Gambit, but me Terra Darking, I have to take off FB. But he's already Terra'd, which would mean that I'd kill the Goldengo, which is really the only major threat to my Slowking on the team, other than his thing. And I can now Rapid Spin, I suppose. So let's knock this out. And he can miss too. Oh yeah, I'd have definitely died. Holy shit. And now he has to play Sucker Punch games. If he goes Rotom, I know he's gonna go for Wisp. Actually, he might not. He might not go for Wisp. He's probably like, oh, you just Wisp here. But he might be foolish enough to think he takes a Sucker Punch from Terra Dark. What do I want to do here? I'd be really peeved if he went for Volt Switch. I'm a sucker. I just feel like he'll attack me. Okay, he tries to Thunder Wave. Okay, I'll kowtow. If he's a Thunder Wave set, he's not Will-O-Wisp. Man, I could have just killed him and bodied his team. My sucker. Yep, I knew it. Okay, that's what I expected the first time. Even if he didn't sucker there, you know, because he's T-Wave and not Wisp, I wouldn't be taking any damage. You'd just be banking on the luck. But now he's in trouble, which is the situation we wanted, right? We wanted Gambit. What is this? Oh no, Poison Steel. Would he be just setting up? Yeah, I don't trust this. I'm just gonna go for he attacks me. I don't trust this thing, bros. Especially when I have a Rotom Wash. I've shown Will-O-Wisp, so I'm just gonna Hydro Pump. I have the Veil for one turn. I don't want to Will-O-Wisp as he goes to Hatterene, because that's gonna lose me. That's gonna lose me the game, but it's actually gonna make this very difficult. So it goes for as I literally just showed you that I had the Will-O-Wisp, but I mean this is lower ladder as we were talking about, right? So his Gunk Shot might kill me, like interestingly enough. So what do I do here? I can't have him going for the move again. And Iron Thread's low-key sweeps. Not really, but kind of. The lowest of keys, it sweeps. Soaking definitely takes one hit. So we'll go threads, gong shots. Yeah, I don't want to risk that. Should be faster than me and iron it. My King's King's Gambit play was the correct play, because you never want this thing setting up for free. Now, should I have Will-O-Wisp? I still don't think so. If I Will-O-Wisp, this thing would be null and void. But I do know Slowking should be able to take one hit because he's Balloon. And unless the Roaring Moon is Roost, I guess I could have accounted for it being Roost. I saw Draining Kiss. So does he do his Calm Mind, which I thought about plotting the first turn, but I think net I'll still be stronger off. It's close. Let's see how much this is doing. It's 46. Yeah. I think he's at 38 now. I'll do... Shit. It's actually not enough. Obama Snow can kill him and stuff, but it's not enough because, let me think, if I Veil, no, I can't have him Draining Kissing me. I played this too close. What's the Roaring Moon? Because if it's Banded Roaring Moon, my Rotom might die. You know? This Whirlwind Tinglu for sure. It'll Blizzard here. It's D-Claws. Crits. I can't die to Banded, but that I didn't like. There were too many. The fact that he has D-Claw means he's probably Banded. But you saw him crit Obama Snow, so yeah, he's Banded. But I played this too close to home. More so versus the Gambit. It was way too early to set up, truth be told. Yeah, so Tinglu can never really touch Rotom ever, unless it has Payback. This would be the part of the ladder with the Payback. Tinglu as his last move. Okay, yeah, so I thought. You just Hydro Pump here. So 2 very close games, but I said the team is very shaky in practice, which I kind of knew might be the case, primarily because we're using things that aren't the best solutions to things. We just didn't want to keep using the same stuff. Like, for example, I could have structured the team in a way where we'd have Tusk and some alternatives, you know, over the Slowkings and the, you know, like, we could have structured it in a way, but it looked very similar to teams I've built before. Well, I've only built one team so far, which is the Gren team. I guess the ones in the beginning of the gen, but I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. I didn't know even there was no metagame, so those don't really count. But I don't want to continually use the same teams. But for you guys who are watching, if you're using it and you're like, oh man, Jam, I'm struggling with this, or Slowking isn't doing this, just put a Pex on there, man. Like, just put a Pex Tusk, because it's more so on the building side where, since my job is to inspire creativity in everyone else, I am give y'all something interesting to watch. Like, it's a little trickier, right? So we're going to take the lessons we learned from the previous game, namely with the Volk Xianpao situation, and apply it to this one. Right, so we're going to prioritize hazards pronto. For once, Iron Threads is that guy. So Terra Water Slowking under the Veil is a absolute bloodbath. As well as Gambit, but less so, because again the Volks are so tricky. Goldengo is handsome as hell with Terrifying, but you know, we need some conditions met, namely Xianpao being gone. Because my Slowking is in max if I don't want Espatha to get too out of hand. So phase 1 is going to involve item removal and hazards to find out what the Xianpao's item is, if it's banded. What else? I'll see if I can gambit him. What he said just now gave me a lot of information. I want to see if he's taunt too. So, okay. So he's just going to mindlessly screens, which is good to know. Again, I don't know who I'm playing. Like, he could be a regular 1200 player. He could be like some alt, somebody getting Rex. So that's the essence of it all. So we Goldie in case he tries to parting shot. Excelente. What would make sense? Volky. Volky would make sense. He only has a few turns of screen left. So now I slow king. What does he do? Yeah. A Terra Water Nasty. Okay. Let's see if he has anything. Is it Buzz? It could be Terra Water. Nah, he has Reflect. Could be Terra Grass Giga. Which, you know, if it comes on to it, I can sucker punch him, but it's Bug Buzz. But it's, oof, that was close. That light screen wearing out, so that worked out. So it seems Lower Ladder likes Bug Buzz, Low Corona. So we solved that. I have no idea why he went as Spothra. Like, this makes so little sense. It's not even funny. So little sense. Goodbye. 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 Especially because he actually didn't Terra yet. I forgot I lost my psychic type there. So Snarlo comes in. But because I removed the item, guys, we thinking long term. All these things have been calculated. All of it has been calculated. So in case he has like a foul play slash, you know, things and such. I don't know why he wouldn't have foul play Goldanger. Well, actually, it makes sense why he didn't try to foul play Goldanger, because he wants to go for broke. So we nasty plot here. I didn't mean. I swore I clicked nasty plot. Okay, I see an item, which means it could be life orb. We always stay in here and attack. We never let this thing set up for free, because he might think, oh, well, I have the screens. It seems to be banded. I mean, it could not be. It seems to be banded. It could not be no shit jam. Will Wisp on the off chance is it bandit crunch we hit, which is a big deal. Huge deal. So that's a lot of now it's a matter of messing that gold and go up. Slow King, Plot King is king as we teched, and we saw a Focus Blast version, so you know we're gonna use Gambi here and set up so that no bullshit. I swear we stay getting the defense drops, bro. They're gonna sack the tome. I don't want any defense drops on me. Because I'll just be way lower. Unless I guess the Goldanger could maybe touch my Gambit. But Iron Shred should be able to take on the Goldie Slow King versus the Corby. You know what I should have done? I should have went to Obama Snow and went for so just knock him out there with the 2 falling. Yeah, we bait the Corvinado in. And then this should be slower than me. I could have boosted more body press. Okay, that's not gonna cut it. I'm a Gambit with 2 falling. 2 falling. He Cloud Tower every time here. Unless, what could happen that would mean, the only way he could win is if he gets the nasty plot. Because he's obviously is confusing what specs. Yeah, I'm trying to think what like specs. Yeah, seems to have just been Scarf. It's like what he's already terrored, so what combination of moves could put a stop to us there? So we're gonna grab one more to wrap it up, and we face the realest team in the game. Like, this guy has pulled out all the stops. I'm like, okay, Jam, I'm excited because this is gonna be a real challenge. Yes, Volt, we just talked about. Dragonite's a little less, we have the Rotom. Garg we have. In fact, it's not the end of the world. Gambit's problematic. Gambit's certainly problematic. Polt is as well. And we've been escaping these Volcarona through the skin of our teeth. But, yeah, I think depending on how he plays this, with the Terras and whatnot, my Slowking could just annihilate him with a nasty plot. I just absolutely annihilate him. But how am I going to get that plot up, though? This is obviously with the screens up and Terra watered, right? So then Polt can't do too much. Though Infiltrator can go through my screens and such. Gambit's also a beast. Terra Dark Gambit also destroys him. The thing I can't guard against the most, though, is the Volk, if it's what I expect. And so he's probably wary of my Abomasnow. So he's going to lead something that threatens that. Which we can use to our advantage to gain information. So we're going to see Dragapult coming out on the turn 1. Maybe even Volk. That's a little ballsy, but it's very likely going to be Dragapult. We're going to aim to... Got to keep Gambit up, but we also got to bait it Insight's weakened enough for our own Gambit. So I have to get the screens up versus... I think D-Knight or the damn Among Us. Like, it's very hard to get him up versus the team. So, dude saw an Abomasnow. This gives me a lot of his lead. So much information. So much information from his lead. Unless he's the rogue choice scarf Among Us that's about to use Chloroblast and put me in the dirt. In which case, kudos to you, my friend. The reason I said this is because Goldangle shuts you down here. If I let Abomasnow, you'd be immediately threatened. I don't want to get Sludge Bombed. I mean, Lord knows why it's Sludge Bomb. But, yeah, so that gives me so much information. Because dude does not even think about any helmet, perhaps? Dude did not even consider my Abomasnow. He was just like, I'm going to Spore. I know Volk's coming in. I get a crit and a Spadef drop, which is amazing. Amazing. I could be faster than him based on how much that did. Goes to Garganicle. The Garganicle. He's 100,000% Saw Curing here. 145,000% Saw Curing here. Funny thing, I could sweep him here based on... Oh, you actually... Insane. Shadow Ball every time. The reason is we're building up to the outcome of Gambit, right? So Volk, based on that damage, I'm pretty sure he's max HP. I mean max, yeah, bulky Volk essentially. I don't trust this guy enough to pivot on this. I'm at no risk, so he goes to Volcarona. I could plot here and knock him out. I'd have to take this and go to. It's 3,000% Volk. Yeah, so the Morning Sun there. So Slowking matches up phenomenally versus this, which is good to know. The question is, what should I be wary of? I'm actually going to plot first. Because I want to force him to stay in and do what I want. I don't know what he's... Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you did that. I don't know why you thought that you had the edge here. No, actually I do, because he likely feared. So we Surf here. Because Surf plus Side Shock will remove the Among Us. Now he could pivot the Among Us in the Gambit. I probably should have nasty plotted again there, truth be told. That was actually a misplay. But he sacks the Among Us, so never mind. He expected to be faster than me. We fast out here. So funnily enough, I Terra and kill this, which will open up my Gambit regardless of whether I'm Terra'd. Because Gambit can take a Fiery Dance from full anyway. This is such a problem to me. So I'll take what, 50% from this and kill him. Yeah, I think that's a worthy trade. 45, goodbye. Oh, what? You're supposed to be gone. Yeah, this is why I should have nasty plotted twice. Because now I'm a lot lower than I need to be, and it gives his Volcarona potential switching on. And now it could have been crit, things like that. You never want to risk things of that nature. The upside is if he goes Volk, he has to attack me. The boy got to attack me, which allows for me to pivot around and attack. pivot around and come back. Yeah, so Rotom's gonna be in. He has to attack, and he's flamethrower, which is phenomenal. This allows us to volt switch. If he tries to quiver dance, we go back to Slowking and boost again. Now he could be flamethrower or Giga Drain, and he was just hiding the Will-O-Wisp, pretending he had Will-O-Wisp, which would be bad. Bad. So goes for the quiver. As I expected. I mean, I'd be stunned if it was... I'd play still to switch here. To what though? Threads is potential. So I want to see what his solution to this is. There's no reason for me to leave the Slowking in. Quivers again, it's Terra Steel. Which means he has to attack me. Okay, that's not bad. Interesting. Terra Steel. That's interesting. So yeah, just EQ here because he's in a flamethrower. So if he Terra Steeled there and Quiver Danced again, that lets me know Terra Steel is probably like the worst case scenario, truth be told. There's no way I get 2 killed by a flamethrower. I gotta be very careful now. Oh, it's close. No burn, thankfully. Probably should go for the crit here. You might want to quiver again, but because I'm Terra'd, my water moves are gonna be hitting. Goes for it. 2, 3. We'll go back to Slag. There's no reason not to Slag again. Plot and then Surf. Because it's going to take a lot of power to knock out Slowking. And I'm not even Spadef, which actually ended up with the King's Gambit. But we talked about Slowking being a huge problem to him. We just go +6 because there's no reason to... one, he's at 40 something, so if he's not careful, I'll kill him. From here. Now that he's steeled, then not so much, but now, and I also have Psyshock. So I want to gauge how much Surf will do first. Being +1, then Terra'd. Oh, 42, that's good damage. Yeah. Slowking is so dastardly. So let's see how much Shock is doing. Shock's probably a 2-hit KO. Might be a 1-hit KO. Yeah, it's doing way too much. Niggas, where they passed us, they doing too much. Slow fucking King. The King, man. The King. That's why I put you on here, bro, to keep shit spicy. The King. So Garg would die to water moves now. If he goes Dragonite, we just beat that after a Slack. Actually, I'm gonna hard switch out if he goes Dragonite. Yeah, it goes Pult, which only Draco would be able to kill me. And so we can set up. Abomasnow is fucking gorgeous right now. Like, it's so good looking right now. It's so damn handsome right now. So I mean, you'd have to Draco here. Gambit's actually the weakest link. Well, it's not really, but at the same time, says darts. Okay. Okay then. So how would this not work out for me? Because I mean, you can't guard against the Gamster. I figured that's the only reason I didn't Ironhead there. Ironhead technically was the better play if he was choiced or something like that. But literally, I thought if he Will-O-Wisp and I Ironhead, it won't kill him, and then I'll be burnt. Versus what? Like, I need to fucking Ironhead the Gargon switch. What's Garg doing to me? So, if he goes Deny, I go hard Tome. That's gonna be it. We get another 100 points. Only 700 points to go, ladies and gentlemen. 700 more points, and we're back in the top 10. I haven't looked at like the ladder in so long, because I've been waiting for this series to come. So yeah, tomorrow you're gonna be seeing an adjusted version of this team, adjusted for inflation, right? And yeah, hit the like button if you enjoyed. We had some really close games, but I said, guys, don't think because it's the lower ladder means the games won't be quality. These guys came for war. Excuse me, my cough is leaving now. These guys came for war. So thanks for watching. Hit the like button, as I said, if you forgot. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.